Hey, what's going on? My name is Austin with Wholesome Financials, and today we were talking about how we use our Amex Gold Card to get us nearly free trip to Tokyo, Japan. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, let's go over some of the specs of the card. This is the Amex Gold Card. Specifically, these are the specs for the personal card. Now, the personal card has 4x points. Well, first of all, it has a 60,000 point sign up bonus. If you spend $6,000 in the first 6 months, it also has a $295 annual fee. And so this is really attainable. $6,000 in the first 6 months. That's $1,000 a month. I'm pretty sure everyone spends more than that a month. Um, and if your expenses don't match up to that, you can always use a family friend that you trust to use your card and they pay you back. Um, but some other things that are great about this card are the reward categories, right? So you also have 4x points at restaurants, 4x on groceries, and 4x on flights, and $120 Uber Cash and $120 dining credit, which is adds up to about $10 a month per. That's I think the most they'll allow you to redeem. I don't think you can redeem 120 all at one time. I believe it's per month. And so this is for the personal card. Now they have Amex as a business card, and also this card they offer it not just in gold but also in rose gold if you're into that. But they also have a business card, which the specs are slightly different, right? So let's take a look at those. For the business card, it has a $70,000 sign up bonus if you spend 10 grand in the first 3 months. And it also has a $295 annual fee. Now, what's awesome about this card is the 10 grand might sound scary, but if you're trying to travel hack, you can still make it happen. You might just need a little bit of help. But if you have a business and you're using money, you have overhead. A lot of business owners will use money that they've saved up on their business to buy their materials. Why not put a credit card in between that monthly spend? I'm pretty sure it would be easier to hit that 10K goal. And also, you get some points back for the dollars that you're already planning to spend, right? Just makes more sense. And speaking of that, if you look at the top right, it said Amex allows you to earn 4 points for every dollar spent on two categories where you spend the most, as well as 3x on any type of travel that you book within the Amex travel portal. And they also have a $240 flexible business credit. And so this is for, FedEx and Grubhub. And this is really great because this adds up to about $20 a month. And you can really use that and really get some mileage out of that, knowing that, like, okay, I'm going to get my money's worth. Look, guys, if you're going to get a card with a high annual fee, get your money's worth, right? And you also have $155 Walmart membership credit, which is great, and super useful. So, pro tip: the reason why we wanted to separate the two between the personal and business, because we heavily favor business credit cards, and one of the main reasons is that it doesn't report to your personal credit. What's awesome about this is that if I go to, let's say, Chase Bank, and I get the Chase Unlimited card or the Chase Sapphire card, right? Chase Sapphire Preferred. Let's say I have a $20,000 limit. That's a personal card. Now, with that card, when I go to Amex, they will know that, oh, okay, Austin just recently got a Chase Sapphire Preferred card. That may sway their decision to give me the card or not. But if you sign up for a business card, business cards don't show on your personal credit. So let's say I went and I got the Chase Business Ink Unlimited. When I go to Amex and apply for this Amex Gold card, they have no idea that this card even exists. All they know is that I've had a hard inquiry on my credit. And that's something that you can also remove or freeze before you actually go apply for the Amex business card. So that's why we love business cards, because they're easier to get and they're faster. The only other hurdle is that the sign up bonus sometimes might be a little bit harder to hit, or a little bit it's not as attainable. But in contrast, the benefits are normally always better, and the sign up bonus itself is always bigger because it's a business card. So, something to keep in mind. In that same vein, we have a podcast where we talk all about this. We talk about business funding, business credit cards, LLC formation, and credit repair. If you're interested in that type of content, drop a like, consider subscribing, and enjoy the rest of our content. Check out our podcast. We have a lot of great conversations. This is my wife, Susie. She's part of Wholesome Financials. Now, The best way I believe to use the Amex business card, the Amex Gold card, is to use it on ad spend. Now, if you have a business, 9 times out of 10, you are using it on something like this, especially if you're in the hot industries like drop shipping, e-commerce, Shopify, all that stuff. Or if you just have general overhead, maybe you have a t-shirt business, Airbnb arbitrage, whatever the case may be, you get Amex will give you 4x on every $1 spent. This is awesome. If you plan on spending 5,000 this month to make 20,000, you're going to get 20,000 points plus whatever your cash flow is. You do that for a couple months. You just booked your free vacation in a couple weeks. That right there is awesome. So for me, that is the best way to use this card. And that's how we use this card in order to get us to Japan. Now, in general, to qualify for this card, here are some general guidelines and rules that we would offer for you. Number one is you would need a 700 plus credit score. You're not going to want any derogatories, no late payments within the last year, at least 2 credit cards over a $2,500 credit limit. This shows the credit card companies that you have some skill in the game, some skin in the game, and that you are worthy and incredible person for them to extend a line of credit to. Also, you're going to make sure your utilization is below 30%. And that's just for the personal card or any Amex cards. If you're going to go for a business card, all the same things apply, but you can apply as a sole proprietor or an LLC. What that just means is if you apply with an LLC, you're probably going to use an EIN. An EIN is a social security number for your business. If you apply as a sole proprietor, you're just going to use your social security number and say, I take on all the risk for my business. So there's that. Now, let's actually get into our trip. So we had an awesome trip. We went in December 2023 at the time of this recording. And this was, this is awesome. We checked out a lot of the shrines, the temples. We stayed all around Tokyo. We never really left Tokyo, but we went around a lot of the different sections, neighborhoods. I'm not really sure what you would call them. I think Tokyo is the prefecture. But we stayed in Nishi, Shinjuku. We went to Shinjuku, Akihabara, Suzuki Temple. Suzuki Market, as well as Shibuya. We hung out a lot in Shibuya as well. Had a lot of great food, And so we had a really, really good time. Kinsho to Kinsho line, and we rode the Yamanote line, I think, a lot. We rode the metro a lot. So some of the coolest experiences for us in this trip was the Nintendo store. That was insane. Just to see that and knowing where it comes from was really cool. But hands down, the top favorite for our trip was sumo. If you ever get a chance to go to Japan, you have to check out a live sumo wrestling. We didn't go to a live match. What we did was we paid $100 to watch a full practice, and it was insane. It was really cool. So that was the best part about our trip. Now, at the same time, at the time of this recording, this is January 1st, 2024. Japan just got hit with a 7.6 magnitude earthquake off the west coast of Japan. And so please keep the people of Japan in your prayers. If you have any family or loved ones there, I hope that they are safe. It's crazy to think that we were just there a couple of weeks ago. And so we're really hoping and praying that everyone that we met, all the kind people that have helped us out, and that the friendships that were made in Japan, we're hoping that all of our loved ones there are taken care of and that they're safe. All right. So if you're thinking about going to Japan, let's talk about how we got there, right? So to start, what we did was we took a flight from Los Angeles, LAX to Tokyo, which was out of into Haneda Airport, HND airport code. Another popular airport would be Narita, and that's the NRT airport code. Now, we used 140,000 Amex points, and we transferred 140,000 Amex points through Virgin Atlantic. And we transferred to Virgin Atlantic to book a Delta Airlines flight. The reason this is possible is because Virgin Atlantic and Delta are part of an airline alliance, which are a lot of the major airlines in the world. They've all come together and partnered with this thing called an alliance, and they are part of a specific alliance called SkyTeam Partners, SkyTeam Airline Alliance. And so because of that, we're able to use Virgin Atlantic points to book Delta flights. And this was really great because we were able to get the flights for a little bit cheaper, even though we were in a time crunch and we're booking it last minute. As you can see, for both of us, the flights were 35,000 one way per person, which equals 70,000 points per person round trip, hence the 140K Amex points. If we were to do it all over again, I would use the ANA. I would go ANA. Now, here's the thing in points and miles world. Well, first of all, I would go ANA because for 15,000 points overall, we could have went round trip business class. Round trip business class. Instead, the breakdown that you just saw, that was for economy. And so extra 15,000 points to be a little bit more comfortable on a 9 to 12 hour flight, that's a no-brainer. But you live and you learn. For us, we were booking last minute. We just got a babysitter. We have 2 kids under 2. If you get the babysitter, you gotta book it. You gotta go. And for us, Japan was a big bucket list destination, so we didn't really want to think too much about it. That's what the points are for. We spent it. We had a good time. We made some great memories. It was all worth it. But to do it over again, I would look a little heavier to see if I can get a redemption with ANA Airlines, All Nippon Airways. It's a carrier that's native to Japan, number one. Number two, all of their redemptions are primarily round trip. And that's what we were looking for. We weren't trying to do any stopovers or multi-city. And so to do it over, I would probably use ANA. But regardless, I'm still grateful because we had a good time. But with that said, that's how we got to Japan with 140,000 Amex points. If you are interested in getting the Amex Gold card, we have a link in the description that you can use. Now, it's a referral link. Now, referral links are really great when you're applying for credit cards because sometimes the sign-up bonus that is available through a referral link will sometimes be higher than the sign-up bonus they would give you at the Amex travel portal or at the Amex website if you just went to amex.com. So click the link in the description. That way you can go ahead and get that Amex card and start racking up those points, using for your business, and then getting ready to plan those trips. If you have the Amex Gold card, I'd love to hear what your experience has been. Drop that in the comments. We'd love to see just how you've used your Amex Gold card, whether it's the personal or the business, and whether you favor the personal or the business. And if you're just really cheeky, you can tell me if you prefer platinum over the gold card. I feel I'm gonna try to be open minded to hear you, but I think my mind's pretty made up. But either way, again, thank you for tuning into this episode, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Shalom.